It's time for bike basics. It's time to buy a bike, but what size do I get? There's a small and a medium and a large and an extra large. Kind of like a helmet, right? Or like a t-shirt. But the unfortunate part of a bike is there's no universal fit. So what's going to work for me and why? Well, really, the easiest way to do it is figure out roughly what size works for you simply by jumping on top of them. And start small, because if you start big, let's just say, in my case at least, the boys might hurt or get hurt. But what we're looking for is standing over the top tube, this bar right here. What we want to do is ensure we have about an inch of clearance between us and the bike. And you can do that in a few ways. When you're standing over the bike, if you go down, so you're just resting on that bar, you'll get an idea of how much room you actually have. The alternative is really simply just to pick the bike up while it's under you, so if someone's helping you, they can see how much room is actually between you and that tube. The other thing to consider though, when looking at a bike in general, is what you're going to be using it for, and how far you want to be going, and whatever else. We'll get into that soon, but the reason I'm mentioning that right now is simply because of the pedaling efficiency, which can be found from proper seat height. And what we're looking for ideally is that our knee is just slightly bent at the bottom of the pedal stroke. That way we're making the most out of, well, our input. We're pushing as hard as we can, and you can actually pull back as well. And again, we'll get into that as well in the future. But guys, that's really the basics of sizing a bike. The other part of it too really would be the reach, and that's simply how far the handlebars are for you from your seated position to be holding onto the handlebars. If you're debating between two sizes and one of them feels like you're kind of like this, don't go for that one. Go for the one that's slightly too small, because the other thing you could do to make that a bit more your fit is simply change the stem. Or you could also look at where the seat's positioned on the seat rails and slide it slightly back or slightly forward to accommodate for the proper positioning for you. But thank you guys. Take care. I will see you next Saturday where we're back to bike basics yet again.